Let me end tonight with a word about guns and the feeling so many of us have after a deadly shooting. As I opened the show last night, I noted how gruesomely accustomed we have gotten to this. Every time someone with easy access to guns goes on one of these deadly and familiar sprees, we take two predictable steps. We catalog the event by location: Orlando, Virginia Tech, Sandy Hook, Columbine, Fort Hood, Charleston, Aurora, San Bernardino, then consign it to the history books. And now we have a fresh entry. We tag it Las Vegas, trying to ignore the fact that the name of that city will now forever carry a trace of gun smoke and death. Oh, by the way, Sunday's carnage on the Las Vegas Strip was the precise 2-year anniversary, though I know that's not the right word for it, for an earlier mass shooting, the one up in Roseburg, Oregon, where a 26-year-old killed 8 fellow students and a professor at the local community college. Ironically, although here again that might not be the right word, this is where presidential candidate Robert Kennedy had spoken on the last weekend before the 1968 Oregon primary, 10 days before he himself was shot and killed. Despite the local sheriff's warning about hostile demonstrators that day, or more likely because of it, Bobby wanted to talk to the people of Roseburg about gun control. I describe in my book that comes out later this month how he stood before a crowd that included a good many hunters in this lumberjack town, and he made his case with angry indignation. He spoke of the outlandish case of a guy on death row in Kansas, a murderer who'd killed a half-dozen people, who'd sent away to Chicago for a mail-order rifle and had it arrive. Does that make any sense? He demanded that you should put rifles and guns in the hands of people of long criminal records, of people who are so young they don't know how to handle rifles and guns. Yet even this drew boos from his listeners. They'll get them anyway, someone shouted. Well, it's easy enough to understand Kennedy's own passion on this subject. His brother, the president, had been shot and killed 5 years earlier by someone using a mail-order rifle. And just a month before, Bobby stood in an African-American neighborhood in Indianapolis telling those who'd come to cheer him that Martin Luther King had just been shot and killed in Memphis. A week and a half later, as I said, after his visit to Roseburg, he too, Bobby Kennedy, was shot and killed. And here we are tonight, once again wondering about this country we live in. Is this as good as it gets here, where assassinations by gunfire separate us from the rest of the world, from Lincoln to Garfield to McKinley to attempts on Theodore and Franklin Roosevelt and Truman, the killing of President Kennedy, the near killing of Ronald Reagan, the killing of Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy, and all these mass shootings that scream but refuse to be heard only in America. I was up in Montreal when Bobby was shot. A French-Canadian cab driver taking me back to the airport kept mumbling, "The giant has stubbed his toe. The giant has stubbed his toe." When I got back to Chapel Hill, where I was going to school, I wrote my congressman. It was the only time in my life I did so. Johnny Carson was huge back then, and a friend of Bobby's had been up till that night determinedly non-political, but he made an exception. And there's all of us to write, those who represent us down here in Washington, to try and do something about the ease with which all kinds of people get their hands on guns. We are not, we know, a giant stumbling in the dark. We know the country we live in. If some believe this is the best we can do, let them say so. If there are those who believe we can do better, let them say so all the louder. Perhaps it starts again with a call to your member of Congress. And here, if you care, is the Capitol phone number. Write it down, 202-225-3121, 202-225-3121.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.